Good evening for Madison Public Television and Daniel Hand High School Tiger football. We're about ready to begin the third game of the season against the Governors of Wilbur Cross. Kickoff by Andrew Davis and tackled by, who we got there? Number 20, Mike Pascaloni makes the tackle. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff. We got Steve Fust here on the camera. John Woods will pick it up in the second quarter.
That was kind of a low line drive kick. It was picked up by one of the upmen and 10-yard return on that, so they get good starting position, Ken.
The Governors of Wilbur Cross will take over to 35. And it's a swing around the right side. They've got that one hemmed in and tackled for a loss. About a 5-yard loss.
About a 5-yard loss right
Strung
there.
out by Crisco and Tony.
Yeah, the Crisco kid and Mark Tony, the Tiger, doing a good job chasing that down. Didn't have a chance to cut up and making any distance at all.
Frank, what do you know about this team of Wilbur Cross? They've played 2 games and they've lost them both. Played Amity and they played Notre Dame West Haven, I believe, is the other game.
That's right. And both Amity and Notre Dame are very, very tough hombres as far as that goes.
The run up the middle gains about 2, it looks like.
So, yeah, there's very, very tough teams they played, probably 2 of the better ones in the whole conference. So I don't know that you can really tell what they were, although they scored some points against Notre Dame, 27 of them, as a matter of fact.
But one of the things I noticed that Wilbur Cross has given up 45 in each of these two games that they've played, so they've given up quite a few points. We'll see how Hand does on offense here.
Third and about 12.
3rd and 12. Normally a passing situation.
From a shotgun, so.
Shotgun,
pressure.
looking long. That kid's got an arm.
Out of bounds.
Caught, but out of bounds by a couple of yards. Coverage there was by Mike Lutz.
Well, that pass had distance and it had actually accuracy, except just a little out of bounds. The receiver was there. He was able to go under it and just drifted out of bounds.
We might add that this is a 4 p.m. Start of this football game in New Haven against Wilbur Cross.
Kicking for the Governors, Aaron Ellis.
Hand will get the ball for the first time. Tommy Lee back to return. And it's a kick. It's not going to go very far. Good bounce, however. It's going to roll down to about the 37, 38.
And where the ball is on 37-yard line.
Well, Hand will be taking over right with, again, good field position, pretty similar to what Wilbur Cross had from their standpoint. So we'll see what the boys have tonight. They had a good game last week against Cheshire, part of which was Fodor did very well in the air when he was throwing the ball. He also did some pretty good ground game stuff, too.
He scored a long touchdown on a run that we didn't know that Ryan Fodor could run that fast,
Had it
Frank.
inside him, yeah, very, very good. But I think one of the keys certainly was the fact that they shut out Cheshire last week.
So Ryan Fodor comes out at the quarterback. That's handed off to the tailback, Lee, and he's got a corner on the far side. Got a first down and quite a bit more. Finally out of bounds. A flag comes in on the end of that play.
And there's a flag down, too. Flag on the play.
Gain of about 22.
Might have been.
Flag on the play.
Big gain around the right corner.
Face mask.
Face mask call,
yep.
Is that what that is?
Preliminary indication is face mask against Wilbur Cross.
Oh, big run on first down for Tommy Lee going around the right side
about
of the
24-yard run.
Defense. It's going to take it
5
down to about
yards,
the 33.
First down for Hand. Have the ball on Cross's 33-yard line.
Nice job by Tommy Lee. Mr. Lee.
We got to get the sticks in place before we snap the ball here. Bill Drew is the center. It's handed off to the fullback, and that looks like Lindahl carrying the ball.
That was.
Down to about the 30.
Justin Lindahl getting the start.
He carried the ball very nicely last week, Frank.
Very, very well. He sure did. He had first time or two he grabbed the ball. It wasn't anything for him, but once he learned how to hit that seam, he did a very good job.
We might add that Albert Belmont is in uniform for this game. It'll remain to be seen how much he plays, if at all, but he's been out hurt.
One of the illustrious co-captains, he along with Crisco.
And that's the tailback. Goes through to about the 25. They're going to be a couple yards short of a first.
Yeah, give him about 5, I think. It's going to be a couple more.
Again, he's going on the tackle.
That was an off-guard play, and it was a pretty good hole right there, but safety came up and shut it down.
It'll be a third down play, 3rd and almost 3.
Brings up 3rd down and 3 for Hand.
The 2 guards in there for Hand are motion left, load up the left side. Fodor looking to throw, complete pass on the sideline.
Nice.
Number 12 out there is Sean Schweitzer.
Schweitzer doing a good reception, but Fodor moved just far enough to be able to get out of the grass with some rushers. Did a nice job for that first down.
First down for Hand.
First down, Hand.
Ball's on the 14-yard line, 1st and 10.
About the 14. This is Hand's first possession. We're in the first quarter, no score yet. We've got the Hand cheerleaders here, but there'll be no band here today. That's Tommy Lee going around the right side, and he is dragged down by one arm.
Grabbed him by the shirt and pulled him down. Otherwise, he might have been able to break away. One more bounce.
On the tackle.
One more bounce, and he would have been by there.
73 in the line is Pat Kelly.
Gain of a yard on the play.
Offensive tackle.
Check the correction. 2-yard gain brings up 2nd down and 8.
Lindahl. 7:47 remaining in the first period, and almost hard to read the scoreboard at this angle too.
We're going to have to wait till the sun gets behind it a little more.
Trouble is, will it get behind it or will it get below? Anything that takes longer in this game today might end up giving us a light problem to turn all the car headlights on.
We're playing this game in the shadow of East Rock in New Haven, right behind the Wilbur Cross High School.
Very pretty venue. It's still on. All right.
Andrew Davis to kick.
Andy. Does it all, handyman.
And he hits that one. It's going to be fielded and dropped
come on.
back to
field.
field.
Down here on him.
To pick it up, to clear back about to 5 or 6. And by then it's covered well by Hand.
The Crisco kid getting down there. Hand was a little bit cautious going down there. But once they saw that the ball wasn't secured, they really ripped it down there to give him a bad starting position, about the 9.
Wilbur Cross will begin this drive at their own 9.
Cross had the ball on its own 9-yard line, 1st and 10.
Quarterback still got it, running an option coming this way, and he's dragged down from behind.
He lost a couple yards there too.
That's
combination.
Big 69 there had a hold of him. That's Peter McMahon, who was trailing the quarterback. 78, James Sullivan goes out for this play.
Pete, one of the stalwart players in last year's state championship team.
2nd down at 14 for the Governors.
Along with Orts and.
Yeah, we got Pat Kelly, Steve Orts.
Old Seth Moe, who's off to college someplace.
And that ball's loose on the ground.
Loose.
Still loose.
Yes. It.
Stumble on the play.
Oh, wow.
Wilbur Cross recovers.
By the Governors.
About the one.
Right on the 1 foot yard.
They're just barely out of the end zone there.
Holy smokes.
It brings up 3rd and long for the Governors.
3rd and about 18 maybe. And they just barely recovered that outside the end zone. About the 1.
Stevie Orts out there, number 90 in his white uniform. Not to be confused with 50. Oh,
they're going
Steve
to swing
almost
to the
got
right
him.
side. And
Wow.
did he get out of the end zone?
Wow. No, right about on the line. Oh, my goodness. Maybe the 6-inch yard line. Now.
The ball was on the 1, and they stopped him at about a 1 foot.
Wow.
Gain of a yard.
Stevie likes the Oaks Orts out there. Boy, I'll tell you, he really felt the safety coming right then. He tried to get a safety in.
This is the time to try to block this kick because they've only got about 10 yards back to the end zone. Tommy Lee is about to 40 to return. It's a good snap, gets it out of there. And Lee is going to let it.
Down right there.
Yeah, a governor there hits it. Where are we down here?
Should be someplace around the 20. 21?
Well, they marked it.
It's going to be the 21-yard line.
And we'll have the ball on the Governor's 21-yard line.
21,
First
yeah.
and 10.
So that
excellent field position for Hand's second possession.
That was a net 21-yard kick because he was kicking from out deep in his own end zone. Didn't have a lot to go with. You're not giving the kicker a lot of capability.
They got everybody in tight here. That's Lindahl in the backfield behind Fodor.
Whoops.
There's the flag. That one of these, somebody lined up offside,
That's what
Craig?
it looks like.
Remember last week, one of the Cheshire kids lined up a half a yard across the line of scrimmage.
Yep.
That's what's happened here, too.
That's right. How you do that is always a mystery
On the Governor's.
to most coaches. So 1st and 5 from the 16.
This might be a timer to right away take a shot at the end zone here. Big Mark Tony is the tight end on the far side of the line. And Orts is on this side.
Pitch
That's
to
Andrew
Davis.
Davis. Andrew Davis takes it down near the 5.
Down to the 5. Nice job.
First down. First and
Should
goal.
be, yep. First and goal from about the 5. Nice pitch. He saw a good hole over there. Like you said, Mark Tony was the tight end over on that side.
So they had a tight end on each side on that double tight end set. Steve Orts on one side, Mark Tony on the other. They're going to do the same thing here.
Yep. Very same setup.
And Davis kind of lines up in the slot left. Now he's in motion.
But this time
That's,
they give it to
Lindahl. Lindahl is down about the
3, 2.
2 or something on that cut.
That was the very same play set up, but this time they handed off to Justin. Justin did a good job getting it down there. So 2nd and 2 for the goal.
2nd and goal between the 2 and the 3, it looks like, from here. Here's the power eye. The deep man is Lee. Lee gets the ball, and he's got some room to run. Touchdown Hand right over right guard, right tackle.
Nice play.
Right behind Pat Kelly and Sullivan and Tony blocking ahead of that.
The line is doing some pretty good control out there. I know, yeah. Professor Fust is here saying we miss the band, and we certainly do. 200 fans strong get out there with that music, and it's
Billy Drew centers it back to Ryan Shaw, and Andrew Davis puts it through. 14-0.
5:19 remaining in the first quarter.
And that was a quickie because of
14.
after the last touchdown, only 2 minutes have gone by, but that's because of the bad starting position for the Governors, and then they got thrown back, and 20-yard kick, and Hand was able to just really take it down there and put it in.
That was almost what you'd call a defensive score.
Yeah, very,
the
very
defensive
close.
team put him in a position where all they had to do was go 20 yards.
Yep, absolutely.
Leading 14-0, 5:19 left first quarter.
Not the best kick in the world.
It's a fairly short kick over to the far side, fielded about the 25. They're going to bring it back this way across the 30 to about 32.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah,
we got McMahon in on the tackle.
Matt Gordon was in on that tackle. 51 for him.
Gordon on that job. Nice job by the young men.
Governors will have the ball.
All the hand players pretty well stood their ground as far as coming down. Good discipline.
Trying to see who's playing free safety for hand. Run up the middle. There's a big number 78.
Yeah,
James Sullivan got a hold of him.
Sully.
Gamble the ball carry on the play.
And also Drew and Kelly and Orts.
Gain of about 3 yards. It brings up 2nd down and 7.
2nd and 7. I'm looking to see who's playing free safety there. That's not Nizelik. Who is that?
Well, I got to see another. He had been in earlier. I'll try to come up with it. Lutz's corner on this side.
They're coming to the right side, and
shot.
that one is shut down in a hurry. Crisco meets it. Andrew Davis right behind him.
Ryan Shaw is this is playing the free safety.
Alex Stewart, the ball carry on the play.
He's a backup quarterback. Anybody, I didn't know if you saw him in the Cheshire game, did a great job.
Protecting the corners are John Johnson, number 5 on the far side. On this side is 14, Mike Lutz. Crisco is also over on this side. Quarterback looking to throw. He's being pressured and thrown down by Orts.
Stevie runs him down by eating his oats. Orts. Holy smokes.
Big loss.
I don't know. It's time now to bring up, after seeing him just drive through there, that tackle last week against Cheshire, where he was a one-hand player that was able to run down in the open field, the running back, and saved a touchdown.
And preserved a shutout for him.
Yep, and it was probably one of the most outstanding plays for a man to come from behind doing second effort that I've seen.
Well, last week was his birthday, Frank.
Oh, that's right.
We've got a flag before
18.
the play gets off.
Timeout, Cross.
Timeout, Wilbur Cross.
Wonder why the flag.
Okay, we're ready to roll.
4th down.
4th down, gonna kick. Tommy Lee back. And it's a short kick. Again,
stay away from it.
Gonna get away from it. It's gonna roll dead short of the 50.
So Hand's going to get good starting position again. Good field position. Game of field position. You almost might think that the field was pointed downhill right now.
49-yard line. 1st and 10.
What a gorgeous day today, Kent. Beautiful 1st of October day.
1st day of October.
Would normally expect to see the leaves change a little bit more. There's not very much color in those leaves right now, but that seems to be the way all over the area, as a matter of fact. Billy Drew, I misnamed him in our last week in our discussion. What do you mean you fixed it?
Fodor looking to throw. And there's a
Mark
short
Tony.
pass with a Mark Tony.
How do you stop a freight train?
Game, but
Mark Tony, the reception.
hey, we're throwing to the tight end. It's only the 3rd game of the season, Frank.
Safety valve. How about that?
I believe that's right. I think Fodor looked long and didn't see what he wanted
about
there.
3 yards on the play. It brings up 2nd down and 8.
Came back to Mark Tony. 2nd and 8. You got Schweitzer and Eckenrode to the left.
Offside.
And hand it off to
Belmont.
That's
Albert
first
Belmont.
The end of the game for the first time this year.
Hey, Prince Albert.
Belmont's the ball carry on the play.
Prince Albert with his first carry during the season, coming off that shoulder injury, and should be a 1st down. So he must have had at least 9 yards, maybe even 10.
Well, you and I were talking before the game, Frank. We were hoping he wouldn't try to convince the coaches to get him in there too soon before his shoulder was healed.
Yeah, that's true.
Completely.
And you still feel that way because he's an outstanding young man. But, you know, if you were the young man, you'd want to get in. You wouldn't care.
That's pitched off to Crisco coming around from the far side. Gain of about 3.
You just watched Albert then. He was a blocker on that play, and boy, he had a hefty block that he had to pick
Ryan
up.
Crisco, the ball carrier on the play.
If he didn't feel it in the shoulder then, that'd be quite a thing. Stevie Orts going out.
Got second and about 7. Shouldn't this be third down?
Second.
Okay.
Oh, man,
barely,
almost missed. Oh,
barely got the handoff to Davis.
not quite a first down. About
the ball carrier on the play.
just under a yard. Well, no, they've marked it.
Oh, that's
up.
not
Just a
Davis,
yard.
that's Lee. 21. Carried that ball.
About 4 yards.
Yeah, third and
Brings up
2.
third down and 2 for Hand.
They almost didn't make that handoff, did they?
Whoa, that was close. Very, very close.
Third and short. There's that power eye. Hand it off to Lee in the backfield. Bounce it out.
He's going to make that
And
first.
he's got the whole corner on
He's
the far
got it.
side heading for the end zone. Touchdown Hand. Tommy Lee sheds some tacklers and takes it in.
That's touchdown by Tommy Lee for Hand.
That was what, 31 yards, something
about.
like that?
Yep, just about 31.
Hand's third score of this game, and we're inside of a minute in the first quarter.
He bounced off a tackler and another one that started to get his jersey. He ripped out of the jersey and headed for the end zone on the corner.
Andrew Davis kicks it up, kicks it good. 21-0 with 49 seconds left in the first quarter.
Well, I appreciate the effort.
Hand has scored 3 times in the first quarter against the Governors of Wilbercross, and this one's going to be kicked down and
Let it go,
into
kid.
the end zone. The return man thought that was going out of bounds, but it didn't.
And good thing for him, because if it gone out of bounds, it would have been like the 1 yard line. Excuse me. As it is now, they'll get it on the 20.
Cross will have the ball.
Yeah,
On its own 20-yard line. Brings up first and 10 for the Governors.
49 or 43 seconds or something like that up there in the first quarter. But I think Mr. Woods' recognition that didn't move at all on the kick.
Holy
Whoa!
Oh, where'd the man loose?
Whoa.
And he's going to take it the distance unless somebody can catch him. That's Lutz
Come on,
trying
Lutz.
to catch him from behind, and Wilbercross are going to take it all the
How
way.
about that?
Curtis Smith
Right up,
on the 20
right to the center of the line. Running back
Wilbercross.
hardly made a step left to right. He just mowed it away. Put a score on the board for the Governors.
Well, Wilbercross has already scored more than Cheshire did last week.
Yeah.
Big run by Wilbercross. Conversion try coming.
Terrell Pratt for the point after attempt.
Snap up, and the kick is no good. Low and off to the right.
Kick is no good.
21
that?
to
35
6.
seconds remaining in the first quarter. The score is Hand 21, Wilbercross 6.
21-6. Just over a half a minute left in this first quarter. Wilbercross will kick off to Hand. The deep men for Hand are Tommy Lee and Jim Eckenrode. Blockers right in front of them are Andrew Davis and Justin Lindahl. Got
Pooch kid.
Got that ball laid right on its side, and Lindahl goes back and makes sure he covers it at the 30.
The 30, yep, pooch kick. How about that? Very interesting.
And
It
we'll take over
does
the ball
appear
on
that
the
the
own
Governors
30-yard
don't have a
line.
very big kicking game so far. So you're going to see some things like that. Good opportunity to get a good field position, and 30 is not bad, but it's the worst that Hand has actually had so far this game.
So far, Hand has pretty well dominated this game, and the Governors have been in bad field position each time they've had the ball. Got Belmont in the backfield with Fodor. And Fodor's going to keep.
Whoa, nothing there.
Going to the right, doesn't get much there.
Nope, Nothing there at all.
Fodor, the ball carrier on the play.
Right from the beginning, that didn't look like that had much chance of doing much for whatever reason.
Gain of a yard that brings up 2nd down and 9 for Hand.
He was just following Belmont there. There's the lead blocker behind Mark Toney. And no hole.
And Belmont had no resistance as he went up through due to the way that Wilbur Cross was lined up. There's the quarter.
And the first quarter runs out with Hand leading 21-6.
With the score, Hand 21, Cross 6.
After 1 quarter of play, Hand will get it 2nd and 9 at about the 31. Shotgun, going to pass to the right side.
No
There's
good.
No catch.
Yep, they got it.
Picked up on a trap hop by Sean Schweitzer.
Yeah, he
Ball
just
hit
kind
the
of,
ground.
Schweitzer is incomplete.
even though he slipped on the grass, the pass was underthrown. So he didn't have much opportunity to get that. He tried, but couldn't quite sell it. There were 2 zebra jerseys looking right at him.
3rd and 9. Hand sends Schweitzer to the left, Eckenrode and Concannon to the right.
So 3rd and 9. So Hand is first
Fodor
time.
looking
He's
right.
got some pressure.
And he's in pressure.
He's
The
down.
backfield sack. We're back at the 15.
So it's going to be 3 and out.
Williamson on the sack. Brings up 4th down for Hand.
First time we've seen that today's game.
And Ryan Fodor threw a shoe on that one. Getting sacked. In the punt is Ryan Nizelik. For Hand, he'll hit the ball at about the 5. Wilbercross drops 1 man. It's a good snap.
Oh,
Didn't quite get all of that one. Bounces straight up in the air. Still going. And stopped at about the 45.
45-yard line. So, well, good start position now for Wilbur Cross.
Cross will have the ball on the Hand's 45-yard line, 1st and 10.
It's handed off to the 2nd man through right over right guard, right tackle. Pat Kelly's got a hold of him.
Pat Kelly.
And so is James Sullivan.
Curtis Smith, the ball carrier on the play.
Gained a yard.
Gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd down and 9.
That was a fake as if they were going to sweep, and then they handed off back for a plunge across the middle.
Yeah, hand line stood right there, stayed down, stayed low, keeping a 1-yard gain. Oh, maybe a little bit of a loss.
Not much there. 54 is the last man up for Hand. Chris
Smith,
Gibbons.
ball carrier once again
Orts
on the
was
play.
on top of that as well.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
Gibbons goes out.
Looks like you're going to operate with 3 down linemen here.
Yep.
One on this side is Peter McMahon.
Now this is what you'd call go to a nickel
Far
defense.
side is Orts, and in the middle is Pat Kelly. 3rd and 9, and the quarterback still got it. He's being pursued. Now he's going to be knocked out of bounds by about 3 players there. Crisco is one of them.
The ball carrier on the play.
Going to be 4th and about 5 or 6.
McMahon and Crisco knocked him out of bounds.
Gain of about 4 yards.
Yeah, they had a man in motion going to the right side, and they brought the play left. So, and again, did not bite.
It's going to bring up 4th and about 6. And hand drops Tommy Lee back at about the 10. Punt formation for the Governors. And they're after this punt and a better kick. It's kicked over to the far side and a good roll. Gonna roll.
Oh, wow.
Looks like he down at about the 1, doesn't it?
He sure did, boy. Right at the goal line. What a job by the Governors. Tommy Lee really was at the point where he had to let that go, and he was just hoping it was going to bounce all the way. 1 more yard. But it got right to that chalk and bounced back a little tiny bit.
And has lost their momentum just a little bit here. They were dominating, scored 3 quick touchdowns, and then Wilbur Cross came back with a long one, and
that's right, about a 60-yard run, which right up the center of Hand's gut.
Since that time, Hand hasn't done much on offense.
Well, went 3 and out last time, and now right now they're they're about as tight to the end zone as they can in their own. So,
Ryan Fodor at the quarterback. It's handed off coming this way.
Not much.
Punches it out for a yard maybe. Davis.
Right.
Andrew Davis.
Ball carrier on the play.
Boy, they didn't move the stick at all over there, but they are kind of slow doing that. But nonetheless, he didn't get much.
Yard. It's a 2nd down and 9.
Got to get some good line drive. Give him some room to operate down there.
We got that power eye strong to the right. And there's a little bit of room. Brought it out to the 5.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and about 5.
Tommy Lee brings it out to about the 5.
And it overloaded, double tights to the right
The ball
side.
carrier on the play.
It's double tight ends.
Yeah, both Orts and Tony there, didn't they?
Yep.
Gain of about 4 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 5 for Hand.
Tony goes out. Tony the Tiger. Okay, 3rd, Schweitzer and Eckenrode.
Luke Soderstrom, 81. I haven't mentioned his name yet today. It just came in. That's the first man with the ball.
Belmont. Come
and
on,
Belmont.
He should have the first down.
And he crosses the
Belmont,
10.
ball carrier on the play.
That's going to be very close to a first
Yeah,
down.
it depends on the spot, but it looks like it should be there. Yep,
Gain
give
of
it.
about 5 yards.
Good
Stop
job.
Another Hand, 1st down.
First down Hand. They got it out of the shadow of their own goal.
Yeah,
anyway.
that's two carries for Albert and 2 first downs. But boy, I'll tell you, he started to move laterally, and I was a little worried the way they were closing on him. But he used his strength and got himself in there.
We'll see if Hand can make a 99-yard march here.
Yeah, that would be something. 99 and 2 feet.
Operating out of a shotgun. Fodor's going to keep it going to the far side. He's got a little room. He tries to run over somebody there. Gains about 8 maybe.
Ball's going on the
A
tackle.
good, strong 8, maybe even closer to 9, but nice job by Ryan. That was a keeper all the way.
Ryan Fodor, the ball carrier. QB keep.
Yeah, he gained about 9.
Went to the left side, too. Good close by Wilbur Cross to bring him down and save the first down, or even more.
And out to Belmont coming this way.
Oh.
Can't get away.
I don't think he got it, though. Don't think he got the first down.
Belmont,
That's close.
ball carrier on the play.
They maybe have to bring the sticks out. Yeah, they're gonna.
They're gonna measure, I believe. No,
Nope, give
first
it.
down.
Yep.
Smith.
They're declaring it first down. So that's 3 carries for Belmont and 3 first downs.
Well, you know what he's in there for, don't we?
First down specialist. Soderstrom went out. I don't see who took his place back in.
Now they're going after they signal a first down, they're going to.
Well, Wilbur-Cross probably called for
They're
it.
going to measure.
Time out on the field for a measurement.
I think you're right, Frank. I think Wilbur-Cross requested a
I
measurement.
would have done that too if I was Wilbur-Cross. You know, it looked awful close to, well, they got it. Yep. By about 2 footballs, I'd say. So it was close, good enough to call. Plus, give your players a little bit of a break without getting hit with a timeout, you know. Almost halfway through this second period of play.
Ball's on the 22-yard line, 1st and 10 for Hand.
Fodor operating on the shotgun. Quick pass to this side. Schweitzer, complete pass on the sideline.
Your first down.
That's near a first down.
Ron Schweitzer on the reception.
Nice job. And that call was to Schweitzer all the way. It was just to come down and out. Not a long pass. It was a good, clean, neat pass. Very high percentage play.
And if Schweitzer doesn't catch it, nobody's going to catch
Nobody's
it
gonna
on
catch
that
it,
sideline.
And I will say that's one of the things that Ryan really seems to be able to do. He puts that ball, he's nice and accurate, puts it just to the correct position. Let me say that. I don't want to say right.
And he also throws at the right speed. It's easy to catch.
Yeah, does a nice job. Good touch. Even when he puts it on a rope.
He's looking left this time.
He's
Good
good.
his man over there. Complete pass
Nice.
to Eckenrode. Down near the 50.
Man, that's a highlight film type catch out there too. Eckenrode goes up, goes high, but he got up high enough for it to come right into his chest, and he caught it, pulled it in.
First down across midfield,
Yep.
so they've gone 50 of that 100 yards that they need here.
So far,
Get to about 16 on the
it
play.
is. If you kind of look at where it is right now on the 50-yard line, that's just about where it was starting the
Ball's on the
starting
50-yard
the
line,
drive.
1st and 10 for Hand.
And with the sun at their back, there's not much wind today.
Same set.
And it out to Belmont. Belmont coming to the right, gains a couple.
Yeah, kind of a pounding one that time. Yeah, taking him out.
Belmont, the ball
As
carrier on
with
the play.
Stevie Wonder
Gained
Orts.
about 4 yards.
Yeah.
Tackled by a
Trying
host
to-
of Governors.
I didn't know he got that much yardage. He gained about 4 on that.
I've been really been in my mind now. What they call him, Stevie Wonder, Oats liking Orts, or the horse. I mean, man, I could call him the horse. I think he's a workhorse. He's a thoroughbred.
That's
And there
Tommy
we have
Lee
Steve-
and the whole pile
Mr. Lee.
heads toward Clinton. Boy, that
Should
was
be a first.
that was a good push by the offensive
man,
line
nice
there
drive.
because all the black shirts went
Move
backwards.
the ball carrier on the
Oh,
play.
they all did. Got a great drive off the
Gained
line.
about 6 yards
All the
First down.
all the blocking did
Another
very,
first
very
down.
well.
for Hand.
First down at the 39 now.
Yeah, power eye this time.
That's Tommy
Ooh,
Lee in the
nothing
backfield,
there.
and he is met right away.
Oh, crunch.
Crunch, crunch. He went right behind Bill
Tommy
Drew.
Lee, the ball carrier on the play.
No,
Tackled by Troy Stokes
no gain.
and Alex Stewart.
No place to run that time.
Lost a yard, looks like.
Whoa.
Got that ball spotted right on the 40-yard stripe. That's Andrew Davis. Dives across the 40.
You're going to pick up a couple of 3 there. Again, this is just chewing up a little bit of time right there, but yeah, he's going to move the. Oh, my goodness. Guess they say his knee touched.
Ball carrier on the play.
Whoa. Another passing down.
3rd and 9.
He's up 3rd down and 9.
And got these
pretty
two
much.
receivers to the right.
Yeah, pretty
Schweitzer's
much.
the outside man, and the slot is Eckenrode.
Yeah, fourth down territory pretty much, though. I don't know that.
There's Fodor looking for Schweitzer.
Got him.
And makes a diving catch there. If he caught it, it's a first down.
Yeah, nice job.
Sean Schweitzer.
Nice job.
First down hand. Keep it going.
He had to stretch out a bit to pull that in.
Snuff for
Wasn't an
another
easy
hand,
catch, but he made it.
Down about the 26, and they started on the 1, inside of the 1. Frank.
Inside of the one by 2 feet, inside the one.
This is
Another coat of paint, and they would have been touchback or something.
This is a grinded out drive. Fodor rolling left. Oh, there's the Eckenrode overthrown.
He expected Schweitzer to go a little deeper, I think.
Incomplete pass.
Yeah, he was looking. Eckenrode went out and then button hooked over to the left sideline, and Schweitzer button hooked right just out in the seam. Looked like he wanted Schweitzer to go a little deeper that time. A little bit of a miscue. We can forgive him for that.
2nd and 10, the 26. That's Justin Lindahl in at the blocking position.
Yep.
Tommy Lee at the tailback.
Yeah. 2 receivers this
That's
side.
Lee with the ball. Lee is taking it
Boy,
downfield.
nice momentum.
Crosses the 20, it looks like.
Tommy Lee, the ball
It's
carrier
got
on
to
the
get him
play.
up about 8-yard gain, I'd say. He's going to be about 1.5 yards. Well, maybe
Gains
2
about
yards.
6 yards. Brings up 3rd down and 3.
Thought he went further than that, but
Just across the 20. It bring up 3rd and 3.
Ball's on the 19-yard line.
all right. Again, it is 4-down territory, so they got 2 plays to get the first.
I'll bring out a power eye. Strong to the right. That's Tommy Lee with the ball, and he's spun down. Gained only about 1 yard.
Yeah, and
Lee, the
the
ball carrier on the
tackler
play.
actually tackled the ball,
Del Williamson.
and he was thrown down because he was holding onto the ball. Very interesting.
Hand is
Timeout.
going to take a timeout before they run this 4th down play. They've got 1.5 yards, 2 yards to go to pick up the first.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay, 4th down play. 4th and a little over 1 yard to go. They got the big horses in there to block.
See where they go.
That's Tommy Lee, and
He's
he
got it.
should have it. Crosses the
He
15.
sure did. Nice drive by, again, the line.
Lee, the ball carrier on the play.
Nice job.
Mark Tony was blocking ahead of Tommy Lee.
Nice pounding yards there for TommyLee, though,
Gain of
boy.
about 4 yards on the play. It's enough for another hand first down.
Needed 1, gained 4.
Tommy Lee, 5'8",
Ball's on the
175.
14-yard line.
Really tough pounds out there.
First down at the 14. Swing
Pitch
to
wide.
Lee on the left side, and Lee is trying to turn the corner.
He's gonna
Still
get it.
going, and Tommy Lee takes it in from 14 yards out.
Nice job out there. Bounced a little bit off
Run.
the left tackle position, and then just aimed again for the corner and outran the competition.
Touchdown hand. Hands score now is 27-6 with a conversion try coming. Andrew Davis kicks it up,
Ooh, no good.
and that looks like it's off left.
Point after attempt is no
No
good.
good.
Score stays
14
27-6.
second quarter.
Looked like it was tipped a little bit.
And 27.
That was a pretty good 99-yard drive, though, Frank.
Very, very good 99-yard drive. It was really most first downs were made on the ground, but a couple of times they needed it in the air, and they got it with Eckenrode and Schweitzer. You know, they're really using the whole field right now. When you talk about passes have gone left, passes have gone right, runs have gone left and right, up the middle. So they're pretty well breaking it up all over the place out there. And
they chewed up a lot of clock on that drive. We're down to just over 2 minutes left in the first half.
Yeah, that was about a 7-minute drive, as a matter of fact. And I'll tell you, the nice use of time, nice use of the whole field by hand. And that kind of balance you like to see.
Andrew Davis has it teed up again.
But you can't take anything for granted when you take the way they scored that 60-yard touchdown back along.
Davis hits it down about the 16. And
nice
a beautiful tackle down there.
Nice
open field tackle by Tommy Lee.
Tommy Lee. Last man to touch the ball.
Scored the touchdown, made the tackle on the return.
Right, and he just dove right through that wedge. Came in just behind the wedge that was starting to set up. And
he's the smallest guy on the field, Frank.
Yeah.
How can he get down there and make the tackles without getting blocked?
He's fast. He is fast.
Just over 2 minutes left in the first half, and somebody's got a shirt tail there. That's Crisco hanging on.
That's good hand strength. I mean, that's one of those things where you do all the exercises to keep yourself in shape, but he had enough single arm strength and wrist strength to hold on to that jersey and keep control.
Actually, I think it was Peter McMahon, 69, that actually had the shirt tail there.
Was it?
Timeout, Wilbercross. Second and about 6 for Wilbercross. We've got a kind of a spread formation here, operating out of a shotgun, looking to throw to the right. Man over there, complete pass, and knocked out of bounds by Crisco. But
first down.
Pass from Brown to Aaron Ellison is complete.
Good long pass completed, first down.
Excellent play for Wilbercross. That's a long play going all the way across the field like that. And there was pressure on him. Tony was coming in awful hard.
That was on the 48-yard line.
So.
Wilbercross opening it up. There's a flag thrown. Out of bounds on the far side. The flag was thrown as the ball was snapped.
It's a flag on the
almost looked like the quarterback meaning to throw it away that time, because he just put a lot of steam on it and got it out of bounds. He did have some heavy pressure again by hand. Tony, Orts, McMahon coming in.
That penalty is against Cross by hand.
Offsides against Cross. Decline.
Second and 10.
Second down and 10.
Hand operating with 3 down linemen. Everybody else back in pass coverage.
A little holding right there.
And it's out of bounds on the far sideline. Incomplete.
The hand, that was, Orts coming in, and he was held, but then no flag came out.
Pass from Brown to Wilder is incomplete.
The Wilbercross player actually had his hands right around Stevie's bicep. Both hands right around his bicep.
Those 3 down linemen for hand are McMahon, Orts, and Kelly.
Yeah, 3 down.
And Mark Tony right behind him.
Behind him.
High snap. They're going to run to the right, and they got a little corner over there. Got a lot of corner. Finally knocked out of bounds. Complete.
Ron Gamble, the ball carrier.
My goodness.
First down.
Well, what you saw there, Hand was playing it with a nickel defense and playing the pass. And they just did a...
Andrew Davis finally knocked a man out, or he'd still be running.
That's right. Did a nice job, Wilbercross, setting that up and making it look like it's a pass. And they ran right. And good speedy tailback.
First down.
Now they pass.
Looking to throw. It's another long throw.
Intercepted.
Intercept by hand.
Nice.
That's the Johnson, Johnson, number 5.
By hand.
That ball was in the air a long time.
Long time.
Clear across the field.
A lot of air under it. Gave JJ great opportunity to get down there.
Hand will have the ball at its own 25-yard line.
And with the ball back, and we're at minute 13 left before the half. Hand is leading in this game 27-6 against the Governors of Wilbercross, played in New Haven on the 1st of October. And Hand will probably be content to keep this ball on the ground and use up the rest of the half here.
Take a knee.
They're going to take a knee on it even.
Wow.
Ryan Fodor goes back 2 steps, kneels down, and lets the clock run. And we're inside of a minute now. 2nd and 12. And Hand will use all the time. Probably going to be the same play here, Frank. Most exciting play in football.
Yeah. The chances are very high that that'll happen. Maybe even take the penalty. No, not quite.
Well, they got. Do they need to snap it again?
Technically,
30 seconds left. I don't think they need to snap it again. Clock is running. 20 seconds and running in the first half of this game. Hand has played pretty well, except for a man who got away for Wilbercross and took it all away.
Just a little bit of lapse on defense that time, but other than that, the storyline would be balance on offense.
And there's the clock running down. 5 seconds and running. And there's the half. Hand leading Wilbercross 27-6 at the half.
Score, Hand.
All right, everybody, getting ready to start the second half of play, Ken.
Hey, here we are, ready to go.
27-6. Hand on the top side of that score. Will be receiving as we start the second half.
Lee and Eckenrode are back deep.
Kicking game is again on the pooch, and it's grounded.
Ground ball covered there by
36,
Lindahl.
Lindahl, 36-yard line.
Hand will have the ball at its own 37-yard line, 1st and 10.
That's one of those plays where you as a player would love to be able to pick it up and at least get a few more yards out of it, but you're taught just to cover it and protect it because you're going to have good field position.
And we'll go into the sun for the third quarter.
And the sun is getting low.
That's Tommy Lee going to the right. Maybe a yard.
Maybe.
The ball carrier on the play.
A lot of red jerseys right down there in a pile up. Hand didn't get the move very far, maybe a yard.
Gain of about 2 yards. It brings up 2nd down and 8 for Hand.
All right. No surprises as we start the game.
2nd and 8. That's the first man with the
quick
ball.
dive.
Nothing there.
Not an inch.
Oh, Lindahl carried that.
Yeah,
time.
nothing there for him at all.
3rd and 8.
On the play. No gain. It brings up 3rd down for Hand.
Third and 8. Looks like a pass.
Normally you expect a pass here, wouldn't you?
I would say. He's looking Eckenrode. Got him.
That's
And he's got it.
Eckenrode on the far sideline.
Yeah.
Complete pass, 1st down.
That makes it look easy, doesn't it? Huh? Pass and catch, just like that.
On the receiving end of it.
He went down 10 yards or 12 yards and cut it out to the right.
Again,
1st down.
forcing the defender back. Then he makes his quick cut. And Ryan's Express hit the ball right where it needed to be. Oops, timeout by Ryan.
I think he maybe was a man short out on the field, wasn't he?
Timeout, Hand.
Ryan Fodor made a quick count there and said, I'm 1 short.
And it looked like Tommy Lee was saying oops over in the sideline. Don't know that for sure, but that's what it looked like.
Well, you can't get much better football weather than this, Frank.
Oh my goodness. This is just glorious. Shadows are getting longer though. Sun's getting lower in the sky.
And it'll be almost dark by the time we get this over.
I think so. Most of these games last about 2 hours, give or take a little bit, and we're right about on schedule.
I don't know if they shortened the halftime with no band here or not.
I don't either. I don't think so. It didn't seem like it.
Yeah. First down at the 48.
But we do miss our band. There's no question about it.
And that's run to the right side. Tommy Lee with a big hole. Big hole.
Great.
Still going. First down and a lot more.
About the 27-yard line coming down from about the 48. So about a 20-yard gain, 21 yards. Nice job by Tommy Lee. He's starting to pile up a few yards now.
The ball is spotted about the 27.
Good job. He ran past a bunch of players, ran out of the grasp of a couple more, and then just wasn't able to shake the last red jersey or two.
We're early in the third quarter. Hand is leading 27-6 and driving with the ball. And run to this side and another hole. That's Lee. And Lee cut the corner. Excellent job of
faking.
Faking and deciding when to cut, when to go out wide, and takes it in.
He kept making it look like he was going to start upfield, and it kind of slowed down the tacklers, and he a little further, and then again, fake it up again. Nice job all the way. Beautiful play.
He was reading the blocking in front of him all the way on that one. Very good run by Tommy Lee.
I'll give him about 48 yards in those 2 carries.
Andrew Davis to try the point after.
Whoa!
Puts it up. Looks good.
All right.
34-6. 10 minutes left in the third quarter.
Third quarter, scores Hand 34, Cross 6.
Absolutely. He's willing to give 1 or 2 up for the experience for the younger players, but he never runs the score up.
Andrew Davis hits it on the fly at about the 9. And it's always an adventure, these run backs against Hand. That one stopped short of the 30.
At the 28, 29.
Walker in on the tackle and Crisco.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed, but that team a little bit further up north in Connecticut is running up scores again, 70 points and 68 in one game, 74 in another game. Unbelievable, you know.
Now what they do is leave their first string in for the whole game and keep throwing the ball in the fourth quarter with a 60-point lead.
Unbelievable.
First down, Wilbercross. At the 27, and the quarterback still got it, and he's being tackled by Tony.
Thrown for a loss.
Mark Tony.
Oops.
Spun him around for a loss.
And Crisco kid kind of twisted his ankle a little bit that time.
Loss of about a yard. That brings up second down and 11.
But he'll shake that off.
Out of the game is James Sullivan.
So Orts and Sullivan and is that Gibbon?
Chris Gibbons, 54. McMahon.
All in the front 4 now. So again, you'll see a front 4 unless it comes to a passing
Kelly,
down.
I believe, is the.
Oh, Kelly?
Yeah, Pat Kelly. He's the fourth one.
Yeah, there you go. I'm sorry.
There's a pitch.
Whoa!
They're going to throw it out of that.
Option
And that
pass.
ball is high in the air and caught, knocked.
Yeah, reception. Reception.
Yeah, it was a reception. Actually, he didn't hang on to that ball after he was hit hard out of bounds.
By Nieslick. No, I'm sorry. By Lutz.
Lutz.
Mikey likes it, Lutz.
Boy, that pass went straight up in the air.
Oh, that was a
3rd and 4.
Was on a 36-yard
so, you know, Mikey gave it a lick, did Lutz that time. Lutz gave him a licking, but wow. Kid held the ball long enough to get the reception, and 3rd down and about 4 yards to go.
3rd and 4. And it's run across the middle.
Nope.
Looks short of a first down.
A little bit short. Only fourth and
Fourth and about one, maybe.
Curtis Smith, the ball carrier on the play. Gain about a yard, brings up fourth down for the Governors. Fourth and about 2.
Well, they don't have a big kicking game,
Fourth and 1.
but maybe they'll even try to go for it. 1 yard. They're not
You
going
may
to.
see a trick play here.
Could, yes, you could very well see a trick play. And they've got the.
They're not lining up in punt formation.
No, they're going to go for it. Going to quarterback sneak it.
Quarterback learned to throw. He's
Boom.
going long, and that ball's way up in the air.
pickable
Nobody
one.
near that one.
Oh!
And will take over on downs after that play. That one, I believe, slipped out of his hand.
Yeah, they're going to take over in about
on downs.
what's that, the 38? You got the 38-yard line, is it, the hand? You got to move the sticks up.
About the 38.
There you go.
Excellent field position for him.
Well, you can understand them going for that play, at least that way. Just didn't get the pass out there. Same play on the right side might have been better than throwing it all the way.
There's Tommy Lee going around the right
Makes
side.
the corner.
Takes the corner.
Oh, and he's still on his feet.
Takes it for a good yardage. First down.
Ball carrier on the play.
About the 25.
Almost to the 25.
Yeah. Just shy of it. Nice job. So that's another 10, 15 yards. Tommy might get 100.
Well, Tommy Lee isn't going to get it now because he's out, and
Well,
number 2, Marvin Walker, is in.
oh, Walker's in. Good.
And a run up the middle. I didn't see who carried that.
didn't
Davis,
either.
I think.
Davis, yeah, I think it was Andy. Andy, the handyman. He does a little bit of everything and a lot of things too, and kicking and catching and.
Hand has always seemed to have 1 or 2 players that could really do a lot of things.
Yep.
Brings up second down and 4 for Hand.
Play both sides of the ball.
He's only a junior, so we're going to see him back again next year, calling his name a lot.
Second and about 4. That's Belmont with the ball. Big hole for Belmont. And Belmont is dragging people forward. Got a first down again. He gets a first down every time he carried, doesn't he?
Pretty much. He goofed up, I think,
Gains enough for another Hand first
one of the last times. He only got about 4 yards, didn't quite get it, but another first, we're going to have to call him first down Belmont. Something about the Belmont Stakes might work out too, but I like Prince Albert all the way anyway.
Where's that ball? Down near the 10?
Just about. So they can't get a first down.
Just outside the 10. That's
Tommy
Tommy
Lee.
Lee going to the right. Spinning, takes it down near the 5, about the 6 maybe.
Jumps and bucks and gets about 4 or 5 yards.
Officials timeout on the field.
Yeah. My goodness.
Ball looks like it's spotted about the 7.
Yeah, it is.
They could get a first down near the 1.
Just about a 1, yeah. Just about the 1.
Lee, Belmont in the backfield. And Tony is a blocker on this power eye.
Well, should be a
There's the flag.
offside.
Flags on the
Yeah, a
play.
little bit quick jump on the defensive stand out there. But, that 99-yard and 2-foot advance Hand had last time to get the touchdown.
It's a 5-yard penalty.
That was a period that took an awful lot out of the defense too. So,
Still second down for Hand.
these young kids, that's a lot.
That penalty against the Governors of
Yep.
Wilbur Cross, half the distance to the goal.
Oh, yep.
Second down of
Second and 4 to the goal and
And a
second and
couple.
3 to first down. Oh, he's
looking to throw.
Eckenrode.
There's his man. Eckenrode cannot hold on to it.
That's
Incomplete.
Two, Jimmy.
Incomplete.
Looked pretty good from here, but we couldn't tell. Maybe somebody got a hand on it.
Could have. That was low. Not any arc on that pass at all.
Third down now. I think we're going to run this one again.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Power eye.
That one is Tommy Lee.
No,
Davis. Davis, it looks like.
Not going much of anywhere.
That's close to a first down.
Yeah, it's going to move the stick a little bit. So.
There's the ball carrier on the play. Tackle with number 22, Alex Stewart.
Yeah, hand takes a timeout.
Timeout hand.
Timeout on the field.
About 2-3 for a touchdown, and they're going to line up for a field goal with Andrew Davis trying it. He's going to kick this ball at just about the 10, which would make it a 20-yard field goal.
It's just about a yard different.
Plenty of distance.
Than a point after.
That's good. 3-pointer.
There you go.
Field goal attempt is good.
Andrew Davis puts it through out of Ryan Shaw's hold.
Hand 37, cross 6.
37-6. And now we're going to see a lot of clean shirts come into this game.
I
think,
believe so,
Frank.
yeah. They'll let it stabilize maybe after the kick, but then see what happens. Yep. Oh. Oh.
Scared him up. Okay, ready to go. Andrew Davis getting his workout today.
Handy Andy, the handyman. Got Tommy Lee in there with him, and Mikey Lutz. Tommy Lee runs it down.
Tommy Lee is the first guy down there.
All the way down.
And
he's got through. Oh, and he's taken up.
And the kicker, Andrew Davis, takes the man down at about the 25.
There you go.
Tommy Lee does get down the field on those, doesn't he?
He does, yeah, he does. And he takes some attention. Every now and then he is able to bring him down, but that time he was picked up and took a pretty big hammer himself.
Yeah, somebody nailed him down there. One of the things that we haven't mentioned too much was this game is Nislik making a lot of tackles.
Nope.
That first game, he seemed to have to make a lot of tackles. That means people are gaining yardage to run around the right side. Pretty good run.
There he did then. Just speak of the devil.
Lutz and Nislik in on the tackle. And usually somebody's got 7 yards like that when Nislik is in on the tackle.
That's right.
Number 11 into the game, Dan Brunt.
Yeah, and Ryan O'Sullivan just took off, went out. Whoa!
I'm coming this way.
First down. First down, Brunt
and Lutz make the tackle.
Get him about 5 yards, just enough for it.
Danny Brunt just comes in for that series and gets put right into action right off the bat. He's a senior.
Ball spotted just short of the 40.
Yeah, just short is right.
4.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Hand leading 37-6
Jimmy
against
Sullivan
Wilbur-Cross. That one's not going very far.
Yeah, maybe lost a little bit.
It's Pat Kelly in there with
Gibbon.
54, Gibbons, Chris Gibbons. Gibbons goes out.
Tackles with no gain. Brings up second down for the Governors.
Stopped right at the line of scrimmage.
All right, here we go. 3 down linemen again.
Run to the left side, and there's a hole. Pretty good
Nice
yardage,
run,
about 6 yards.
Ty Gale, ball carried on the play.
Pat Kelly just took his man down, and wow.
We got a man down for Wilbur Cross after that play, so we'll take a break in the action.
Okay.
3rd and 4. I helped the Wilbur Cross man get off after that play.
Looks like he has a bandage on that leg anyway. Oh!
There's a big hit there by somebody.
Jeez. Talk
Davis.
about filling a hole. Holy smokes. He shot that gap and caught the running back just after the handoff.
Ball at the 45.
Andy almost got the handoff himself, you know.
Andrew Davis in 4th and 5. Expecting a punt.
Yeah, I was just saying the Wilbur Cross man came off the field. Looked like he had a wrap on his knee, that same knee that they were limping off on anyway, so maybe re-injuring it.
Tommy Lee back to return this. Good punt.
Nice punt.
And Tommy Lee is going to get away from it and let it
Right
roll
about
dead
the
at
20.
about the 20.
Minus a little scant side of 20. So
Hand will have the ball in its own 20-yard line.
let's see. We get back in there for hand this time. Oh, Walker coming in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Marvin
Walker's
Walker
back
in the backfield.
See if we have the same quarterback. Yeah, we do. And Tommy Lee going out.
So we got Justin Lindahl and Marvin Walker in the backfield behind Fodor. It's Walker with the ball going to the right.
Hey, nice job. 5 yards.
About 5-yard gain.
And one off that right guard. Had a nice little hole. We broke up through, hit it well. And Marvin the Marvelous did a great job.
Gain of about 5 yards. 2nd down and 5 for hand.
Number 10, John Lewis, into the game for hand as a receiver. Split wide left. And Fodor hands off
quick
to
buck.
the first man.
Not much there that time.
15, Mike Sieb carried that ball. Sieb carried the ball.
Boy, if he hadn't jumped over the left guard, he wouldn't have had any gain at all on that. Nice job getting out there, getting something.
3rd down and 3.
Stretched out, got himself a couple yards. Nice
Kyle
job.
Murphy was just in that game. He's just come out for this play. 3rd and about 3. Run to the right side. That
Whoa,
should be
first
enough
down.
for a first down.
Should be. Who carried that? Was that, yeah, that was Sieb again. Good job.
Across the 30.
That was
32. First down hand,
Another-
letting the clock run. We're down to a minute and a half left in the 3rd quarter. This 3rd quarter has slowed down a bit, Frank.
Yeah, it has, but
Well, Hands is content to just let the clock run.
right.
Let's
Oh.
run this way.
Nice job again. And that's Sieb again.
Sieb, 15.
Yep. It's going to give him about 12 yards.
Ball carried.
Following
3
the blocking
carries.
there of number 81, Luke Soderstrom.
Soderstrom, yeah. So Concan's been in. So basically the down linemen are still staying the same. Sullivan, Gavin, Drew.
45 seconds.
That's Sieb going to the right. About a yard.
Yeah, he maybe got a yard and a half out of that.
And we're down to half a minute left in this 3rd quarter.
We got to move it ahead a little bit. I mean, 3rd down and about 2 now, Kent.
Well, Ryan Fodor was looking at the clock. I don't think he needs to snap this if he doesn't want to before the quarter runs out. Maybe he will. 3rd and 2.
Okay.
And he does snap
Whoa,
it, and
it's
that
not gonna
one's
go.
stopped for about a yard loss.
Not gonna go.
And the clock is 5 seconds and running, so after 3/4 of play, Hand is leading Wilbur-Cross 37-6.
And they'll be punting on 4th down. All right. Going to be changing ends of the field. And boy, those shadows are starting to get long out there, Kent. Yeah. Now, any receivers coming down. Any receivers coming down are going to be looking into that sun, maybe.
Yeah, but the linemen don't have to look at the sun.
Nah. I think Hand will stay down on the ground as much as possible.
Nice lick to punt. John Johnson is one of the gunners on this side of the field. Who's on the other side? 20. Pascaloni.
Both pretty good speedsters. Whoa!
Almost
Close.
blocked. A good
What a
high
nice punt,
kick
though.
out of there. Fair catch. Dropped. I believe it was covered by Hand. Billy Drew was right there on him.
Yeah.
Morrison on the recovery.
Very close. Ball stayed up a little bit on the receiver. He didn't call the fair catch, and he didn't handle it well. But he was able to drop on it.
Penalty on the
That
play.
had rolled much further away from him. 2 Hand players are right there, ready to get it.
We got quite a few clean shirts in there now. 77, Clark Maturo in the line.
Ryan Schaefer.
23, Mike Bagnoli.
Brunt's still in.
Mike Pascaloni.
He's in, and Danny was in on the last series. And you make Bagnoli. You did mention Bagnoli's in.
Yeah.
Okay.
91, Brian Schaefer, 91.
Against Wilbur-Cross.
Whoa. My goodness. Didn't even see the flag. My goodness. The flag guys are late getting down there too.
With Hand leading by 31 points here as we start the 4th quarter. This is going to be a grinded out, let the clock run type of game that Hand will play at this point.
That's right, but Wilbur-Cross will not be. They'll be trying to maybe pull some tricky stuff out of the bag, trying to go to the air. All kinds of trick plays, I would think. They just got to try to shake something loose. Close in on the score a bit.
First down for Wilbur-Cross.
77 is in. Nice job.
Cut back.
Teron Gamble, the ball carrier on the play.
Nice job.
A lot of action, not much yardage.
No, Billy Drew. Maturo was in on that. Clark Maturo.
Gain of about 2 yards brings up 2nd down and 8 for the Governors.
Clark is a sophomore, 6'4", 245. Here we
Two
get.
inside linebackers now are Justin Lindahl, 47, and 51 is Matt Gordon.
Whoa!
There's a flag thrown, and the man is loose. Got a big yardage, and this can be caught from behind there. And finally tackled.
Nice job. Nice job by Mike Bagnoli, not giving up.
Flag on the
And it's
play.
way down
We
here.
got a
It's gonna be
flag
clip,
way
I
back.
believe. I think it's going to be a clip, which is too bad to have to bring that nice effort down. But we got to talk about Mike Bagnoli on that. Holy smoke, came all the way across from this corner position.
Preliminary
Holding call.
on the field is holding against Wilbur-Cross.
Yeah, that flag was thrown early in the play. And that nullifies one of Wilbur-Cross's best plays of the day.
Yeah, sure does. Doesn't even show in the record books anymore, other than a penalty.
Except that I'm sure, who made that tackle?
Bagnoli.
Yeah, I'm sure he impressed his coaches on that one.
Oh, I tell you, that impressed me. He's a sophomore, 5'7", 140, but boy, he motored. Did not give up the ghost on that, babe.
Wilbercross will still have the ball, and it's on 7-yard line. Still second down for the Governors. Second and 14.
Ball is all the way back to the 7. And it's brought up to about the 10.
And it's going to make it third down and about 12 maybe.
Gamble the ball carrier on the play.
So,
Gain of about 3 yards and brings up third down and 11 for the Governors.
the Governors themselves have been warming up some more players, and even though I still recognize most of the numbers in there, but
And quarterback Keep
Whoa.
coming this way and shakes a tackle.
oh,
Shakes another one.
whip.
Finally, Brunt picks him up from behind.
Yeah.
Good run.
Aaron Ellison, the ball carrier on the play.
Clear across the 30. And almost to the 40.
Nice.
Gain of about
Yeah.
22 yards on the play. That's enough for a Governor
Another
first
first
down.
down, boy. They had him pinned way back there, and that run, couple of whiffs on tackles by hand.
Not the only starter left in that
I won't
line
say anything about Murphy's Law, but you know,
Not the only starter left out there is Bill Drew, who's in the middle of the line. Oh, there's a man broke early for Wilbercross,
yeah, that'll
a left guard.
march it back about 9:42.
Flags on the play.
But again, we said that was Bagnoli that made the tackle on that last one, right?
Yeah.
Good cover by him.
Indication on the field is a legal procedure against Wilbercross.
Ah,
5-yard penalty. It's still first down and 15 to go.
I said that Bill Drew was the only starter left in there, and he just came out. See who took his place.
Let's see. Maturo's in.
75.
Schaffer.
Nick DeLeo.
Timeout on the field, Wilbercross.
Nick DeLeo, 75, just came in. We got a timeout for Wilbercross. We got the clock at 9:34 left in the fourth quarter. Hand with a big lead, 37-6.
Bingo. Here we go.
First down, Wilbercross after that 5-yard penalty. So first and 15. And we got a late play
Man.
came in.
After all of that, and the player still comes in late.
They
My
were going to
goodness.
run to the right.
Sure does. It's loaded heavy.
Oh,
Oh,
quarterback's going to keep and run to the left.
Oh, he got a couple of 3 yards, and it looked like he was going down early. But, well, you know, it's. I did want to say the hand had a pretty good out. Followed him here today. Must be 100, 150 hand faithful over there in the sidelines.
You counting the house here, are you?
About 4 yards, second down and 11. The
Pretty,
Governors.
pretty good crew over there, not counting the cheerleaders who are doing an outstanding job, as they usually do.
Matt Gordon made that tackle. There was a penalty. Yeah, they finally flew the flag. That one was so obvious they had to.
Yeah.
I think the referees thought, let it go, but
Some things you just can't let go.
everybody
Too
here
obvious.
saw that one. Man moved early for Wilbercross.
Penalty on the field against Wilbercross. Offside.
There's Mike Sardiano into the game, 74.
Brings up
Okay,
second down and
Mikey.
16 for the Governors.
And a mountain man, big as a mountain.
Let's see what he can do. He's a junior. 6'5", 320 pounds. They say
He's
here. Let's see
Playing
how
right
it goes.
opposite the center.
Yeah, gets in there, takes on a
And they're
block.
going to run that one back to the right side and
Boom.
tripped up. And the
Tripped
man
up,
who
I believe that was
him
Lindahl, I
up
think.
is
No,
87.
Kyle.
87.
Kyle
James
Murphy.
Sullivan got a hand on him.
87? Yeah, that's Sullivan. That's Kyle Murphy.
Kyle Murphy, you're right.
Brings up third down and
Murph the
7
Surf
for the Governors.
2.
Oh, there's a reverse or a double reverse.
Oh, almost.
Oh, and they got it pinned in for a big loss.
All right.
Those kind of plays either make big yardage or
they
lose
do.
big yardage.
But nicely read out there by Ryan O'Sullivan.
And Mike Pasqualoni actually was right there waiting for the ball carrier.
Well, Ryan stayed at home, as did Pasqualoni, but Ryan forced him a little deeper and gave Pasqualoni a chance to come right in on him. Threw him for about a 10-yard loss.
4th and about 20.
Let's see who's back. Is Mr. Lee back or? Whoa!
That's a good kick. That's a floater. He's going to catch it at the 35.
Whoa!
Thrown down. I'm not sure who the return man was there. 23. Bagnoli.
Well, I'll tell you, boy.
On the tackle.
He's did a nice reception on that. Got hit hard. Sophomore. He did a couple of nice defensive plays earlier in the overall series. Nice job. Nice job for the sophomore out there. Let's see. A little surprised we're not seeing Shaw in there, but we still have Fodor.
And we still got Bill Drew there as the center.
Yep.
Running right up the middle. Number 20 carried the ball. Pasqualoni.
Pasqualoni getting in the record book a little deeper. He's a junior. 5'8", 160 pounds of muscle. Yep. Officials timeout.
Yeah, got to fix the helmet.
Officials timeout on the field.
Yeah. Second and about 9.
There we go. I got about 3 on that.
Pasqualoni again.
Yeah, Mikey's got a little bit more. Got some dirt on that jersey, too.
Pasqualoni, the ball carrier on the play.
That's something most of the guys like to do. Get a little dirt on that jersey.
Third and about 6.
There we go.
There
we go. First down.
Got a first down.
Nice job. Nice run. Covered the ball up well. Hit a good hole. And took it in. Nice about 12-yard, 10-yard gain.
Just short of midfield.
Yep.
Timeout. Hand.
Hand takes a timeout to get some more players on the field. First down for Hand, and into the game for the first time at quarterback is Ryan Shaw, number 17.
Yeah, we saw him in earlier in safety. 6'2", 170-pound junior.
That's Marvin Walker with the ball, and he's met right at the line of scrimmage.
Nothing he could do.
Oh, there's a flag thrown late.
Yeah, a little extracurricular. That could go against Hand.
Ryan O'Sullivan was right near where that flag was thrown.
Yeah.
Penalty on the field.
That could go against Hand. Oh.
Timeout, Wilbur Cross.
Breaking the action here with a timeout by Wilbur Cross. I didn't see that penalty, Frank, but I did see Ryan O'Sullivan get thrown down rather hard after the play was over.
Really, I didn't see
Personal
it
foul
either.
against Wilbur Cross.
And I was thinking maybe one of the Hand kids could have gotten it, but that's usually Hand doesn't get penalties like that. It's a discipline-related type of thing. And Hand's discipline is usually darn good, and it's when frustration starts to come out, you see stuff like that.
Well, he played half of the fourth quarter, and Hand safely ahead here, 37-6, and with the ball. Ryan Shaw in at the quarterback position.
Clark Maturo looks like he's doing the hiking. He is. Nice job.
23 is Bagnoli carrying the ball.
Good. Another good dive by him.
A little over 5 yards.
Ball carry on play.
And according to our cohort on the camera here, John Woods, Hand is going to play again next week.
Yeah, he thinks so. He might have some inside information on that. And
Play at Derby next week. Their third away game out of the first 4 this year.
I was going to ask the Karnak about
Oh,
that.
that's a
Oh,
big run.
Bagnoli!
And
Got a first down.
got a first down, it looks like, down to the.
He's bulldogged by the whole student body of Wilbur Cross out there, but what a nice job. Hit that hole very, very well.
About a 12-yard game.
Mikey likes it out there. Good experience for the sophomore. Kind of reminiscent of Mr. Lee when he was a
19,
sophomore.
Mike Wilson into the game. Who's centering the ball?
Maturo.
Frank?
Yep.
Number
Clark
77,
Maturo.
Clark Maturo.
That's good to see that.
Pitch
Whoa,
to
nice
this
job.
side, and Pascaloni takes it to the
Again,
15.
Got another 6. He's starting to smell a little pay dirt out there. He'd like to be able to get in the record book with something.
Yeah.
Time out on the field.
But it is
Wilbur Cross has a man
another-
down after
another
that
injured
play.
player.
We
Oh.
will take another break in the action. Second down and 5 for Hand.
Yeah, right.
Ball spotted about the 15.
Yeah, Sieb gets that one.
Sieb, nothing there. Misdirection coming back to the right and had no place to go.
Tackle. It's a third down for Hand and no gain on the play.
We got number 8.
We got a number 66 in the game. That's Andy Benevento.
Oh, another Benevento. Like I say, number 8. We'll get to 8 in a minute. Where'd he go? Oh, he's over this side as a
Patrick
receiver.
Stisley is split out wide left as a receiver.
the Stisley family.
That name is familiar to Hand football. And there's an opening on the right side.
Bagnoli!
And there's a flag thrown.
Shoot, I hope that's not a block in the back or something.
Brandon Barnes on the
Oh,
tackle.
that was such a nice.
Giantana was the blocker ahead of that play.
Holding, yeah.
That's going to be a holding call against Hand.
On the field is holding against Hand.
That came out very quickly, unfortunately. What a nice run that was by Bagnoli. I'm sorry.
And it's taken a long time to get through this fourth quarter, but we're down to 3.5 minutes almost.
Now that was a hold from the spot, so it really had some yardage, but it not a total a lot. Maybe about 14 yards. Third down, 14.
Mike Sardiano is the left tackle on offense. Shaw hands it to Spagnoli, who is bulldog down.
Got about 5.
Yeah, he picked up that loss
4
that they had
anyway, yeah.
earlier, but that's going to bring up fourth down.
Fourth down and 10. It's a pretty good second unit in there for Hand.
Ball's at the 20.
We mentioned that Jack Sheehan is in there, number 83.
No, I don't believe you have.
He's a junior.
We've got a small brawl going on behind the stands here.
Well, security taking it over.
And that play stopped short, so Wilbercross will get the ball back.
Take it over. Well, some extracurricular activities going on here at Wilbercross.
I think all Wilbercross people, no Hand people there.
No question whatsoever. No question about it. Security took care of it real quickly, though.
They were right on the spot, weren't they?
Yeah, we got 6 blue shirts down there and security.
For a minute there, I thought maybe a Yankees-Red Sox game had broken out on us. Wilbercross with the ball back, 2:26 left on the clock. And Wilbercross takes a timeout.
Wilbercross.
Like a good old-fashioned fist fight.
Yeah.
That's why they don't have night games.
Yes, exactly.
Here we go. First down, Wilbercross. And run to the right, and a lot of white shirts meet that play.
Sure did. Sure did. Look at that. And good job by Clark Maturo again. Now going, he's centering it. Now he's doing some defensive tackle job out there. Good experience as a sophomore.
Mike Wilson in on the tackle.
Mike Wilson, yeah. Who else we have out there? Yeah. Mikey's a junior. Getting some good time.
Quarterback keep coming this way. And he is
Smothered.
met very nicely by number
Wilson.
19, Mike Wilson again.
Yeah, he came over nicely, stripped down the side. I mean, it really looked like it was a very good fake by Wilbur-Cross, taken into the center. And
Gain of about 5 yards. Brings
nice
up
job by
third down.
Wilson, scraping down from his linebacker position to make the tackle.
3rd and about 3. And we're winding this game down. We're coming up to a minute left in the 4th quarter. Quarterback still got it, coming this way.
Boom. Maturo. Mike the Mountain Maturo.
And 15, Mike Sieb also made contact.
First down.
Gain of about 3 yards. It's enough for a Wilbercross first down.
First down, Wilbercross. And we're at exactly 1 minute left in the ball game with Hand a big lead. Quarterback rolling right. Now he's looking to throw, and he's tackled.
Whoa.
For a loss back there. That's 83, Jack
Nice.
Sheehan.
Super job, Jack.
Made a good defensive play on that one.
For 10 yards on the play.
He really
Brings up second down for the Governors.
went out there real quickly, followed him back, and didn't take a fake. Did a good job bringing him down.
So we're down to a half a minute left in this game. Next week, it's Derby at Derby on Friday, and then we'll play some home games, Frank.
Yeah.
Three of the first 4 are away from home.
Hamden, yeah. Yeah, matter of fact, I think that's the one they're talking about having an alumni
Yes,
That's
alumni
right.
week. That's
a
right.
hand football alumni night.
That's cool.
That's in 2 weeks.
Yep, 2 weeks.
Run to the right. In 2 weeks, all the football alumni are invited to Hand. That's the last play of the game. The final score here is Daniel Hand, 37, Wilbercross 6. This is Kent Sprague with Frank Tordoff and John Woods and Steve Fust saying good night from New Haven, where Hand has won their 3rd straight game. Next week, Derby at Derby.